Hello, I'm Natalie Graham and I'm one of the many voices on BBC Radio WM. I'm standing on Birmingham's Golden Mile of Broad Street. Over the years, many of these nightclub halls have welcomed some of the world's most famous musicians, actors, actresses and performers. So keep watching to see exactly who. I'm currently stood off Broad Street on Gas Street Basin, exactly where the incredible Rum Runner used to open its doors every night. Now, I'm sure most of you are familiar with names such as Bev Bevan of ELO and Tony Iommi of Black Sabbath, and what a lot of people probably don't realise is that this venue was known for being very much a rock venue in its heyday. In its later years, it changed to become a new romantic club which brought in an even larger audience, and what people probably don't realise is back in the day when Bev Bevan and Tony Iommi decided to come for a little night out, they actually got turned down at the doors for being too scruffy due to the new mantra that the club had taken on. Now, the club's owners, Paul and Michael Barrow, managed the band, and Duran Duran went on to achieve, as we all know, worldwide fame in the 1980s. There were also live gigs at the club, and it also offered free rehearsal space to bands such as Dexy's Midnight Runners and UB40. And if you didn't know, The Beat also filmed their video for the single Mirror, and guess where? In the bathroom, of course, at the club. I'm stood in front of what used to be the famous Barbarellas. This venue was the punk forefront of Birmingham's Golden Mile during the 1970s, and it was a top destination for punk rock fans. This venue saw The Clash, Sex Pistols, The Jam and The Ramones. And not only was it a place for established music acts to perform, it was also a great place for up-and-coming bands to get recognised. Barbarella's is currently a part of Brindley Place's development. I'm here standing outside what many youngsters will know and refer to as Pop World. However, it hasn't always been that. Back in the 90s, this was The Church, a club hosting the Ministry of Sound nights. It was a thriving part of the house music scene that had triggered a huge expansion in the city's nightlife. It was then later reincarnated as Flair's Night Spot, and by 2014 it was reinvented as Pop World. Another much loved venue was Baker's, which was found here. Now, revellers, before they would come down to Baker's, would often find themselves getting the party started and going for pre-club drinks at their sister bar, Studebaker's. They were looking to take over the world, but sadly, it wasn't meant to be, as you can clearly see now that the site was taken over by the hotel development, and you can also find some luxury apartments. I'm here outside Mishka's on Broad Street, which used to be known as Studebaker's. This was another one of Broad Street's popular nightclub destinations and saw hundreds of people through its doors each night. Last but not least, I'm stood on Gas Street where the world-renowned Bobby Brown's club used to be. Before it became Bobby Brown's, some of you may remember it as the Opposite Lock. Bobby Brown's was a favourite with celebrities throughout the 80s and 90s. Some of the many famous names that have enjoyed nights in this club were Tina Turner, Stevie Wonder, Chris Evans, the DJ Not Captain America, Mick Hucknall, Clive Owen, Ulrika Johnson and more, and it was also known as George Best's favourite Birmingham night spot. It's currently known as 52 Gas Street and is a hotspot for entertainment, celebrity encounters and culture. Thanks for taking a trip with me down memory lane, and I'll catch up with you again soon.